Hi, I'm going to show you how I'm going to fix this Zojirushi NS-LAC05 rice cooker. We started having problems with this unit and discovered where the issue was. So I'm just going to show you what it's doing here. Get a wider shot. So I'm going to plug the unit in to the wall here. And I'll show you the display. You'll see the display is flashing like that, and you get the arrow here for the rice cook method. And what I noticed was when I go and I put some pressure in either direction on the cord, you'll see see how that will go away sometimes as I move the cord around. It's telling me that I'm losing power when I tweak on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this back. There must be a broken wire somewhere in here. I'm going to cut this back and put a new cord end on it. And that should fix the issue. So let's do that process. Here is the replacement I got. These are really easy to work with. You just open them up. Once you get it all wired up, you just clamp it closed and then put the screw in and tighten it down and you're done. So we're going to do that process here. One thing to keep in mind is that these blades are a little bit different size. This is a narrow, this is a wider one. We need to match that up with, this wide one and the narrow one. That way you're keeping the same polarity with your hot and your neutral. And that's just a safety thing. You want to make sure that those match when you wire it back up. So on this one, the wide is lining up with, if I can get to focus here. That one is lining up. Let's see here. So, okay, the narrow one, the narrow blade is lining up with the side with the wire with the lettering on it. So we need to do that. So what I'm going to do here is give a wider shot, and we're going to cut this back, I don't know, 1.5 inches, 2 inches. Make sure we got past the bad spot in the wire. We're just going to cut this back here. Just like that. There we go. And then we're going to split this wire out to separate the two. Okay. And then this thing, I wish it would focus a little better. And then we're going to strip these back The instructions say about 3/4 of an inch. You want to strip back. So we're going to strip these back. Sorry about the focus. Strip these back about 3/4 of an inch. Something like that. Okay. Let's measure that and make sure it's roughly 3/4 of an inch. Yep, that looks pretty good. Now I'm just going to twist these so they hold tight together. All right, and then we'll hit this other one. That one didn't come quite as clean, but that's okay. There we go. I'll just trim this back a little bit. Okay. Twist that together. Yep, about 3/4 of an inch. Now, the one with the white lettering, which is this one, here, will go into the narrow side, which is this brass colored one here. So first I'm going to put a little bit of a hook into it. So we're just going to take this and round it. Put a little hook. Something like that. The instructions say about 3/4 of a way wrapped around. And yeah, working with the stranded wires a little finicky sometimes. Keep these twisted tight. And hook it around that way. And we're just going to pull it around a little bit. Yeah. Working with solid wires a little bit easier with these. These tend to... Man, that focused. There we go. So make it nice and tight. Hook it around. Okay. Boy, this thing is just not wanting to cooperate. There we go. Now I'm just going to pull that around a little bit. Sorry about the video. Okay, I've made my hook. Get it around there. Just going to pull this around a little bit. They say you're supposed to wrap it about 3/4 of the way around. So that's what I'm trying to do. If I can get this thing to cooperate. There we go. Okay. Got that around there. And I'm just going to tighten this down. Tighten it up. See, now our wire's in there nice and tight. It's not going to come loose. Okay. And then on this side, do the same thing. Make sure this is nice and tight. Put a little bit of a hook into it. You want to put the hook in around this way, so when you tighten the screw, you're tightening it this direction, and it won't loosen the wire around the screw. Let's see if I can get this around here. There we go. And I'm just gonna pull it around. Boy, this camera doesn't like to focus. Okay, I've got my second wire here. We're just going to loop it around. Like that. Sorry, and then pull it around that way. Say about pull it 3/4 of the way around, and then we'll tighten it up. Probably not as neat as it could be, but and you don't want the insulation underneath the screw. And you want the wire squeezed under there very tightly. Something like that. So that's on there tight. This one's on there tight. I'll double check this one. Okay. All right. And again, the narrow one went to the wire with the white lettering on it, just to keep our polarity. And then you just close it up. And it will kind of clamp down on that wire. But you need to keep away from the middle there because that's where the screw goes through. So we're going to put it through like this. Our wires are routed in there. And we can clamp this down. It's going to be a tight fit because it's pushing on that wire. See how it's crimping on that wire? So it's going to hold that in place so that if you tug on it, it's not going to slip out. So tug it in there as good as you can. Close this up. And then get the screw in there. It should pull it together. There we go. Screw in there. Sorry about the bad focus here. It's just not coming together quite right. Let's see what's going on inside. There we go. Just gonna hold it together there. Alright, now it's all together, nice and tight. Wires in there very sturdily, and so let's plug it in and see if it's working. Let's see here. There we go, plugged in. Now, as we're looking at the display here, we've got a rice cooking method, and I'm going to tweak on the wire. And I don't see that flickering on and off anymore. It looks like it's rock solid. So I think we're in good shape. Anyway, sorry about the bad video. quality, but that's how I fixed my Zojirushi. Thanks for watching.